Hello, today we're going to be looking at the CPT coding manual. It's structured very similar to the ICD-10 coding manual, but you'll notice it's much smaller. A couple things to keep in mind with this code set is that all the codes have 5 digits. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are no periods at all. That's important. There are 6 sections of the code set, but let me take a step back. The CPT code set is used for professional services, which is any physician delivering services, either at the office visit or as a surgery or as a radiologist, those kind of things. They're the professionals. So the professional services. It's not meant for nursing. It's not meant for hospitals. It can be any healthcare facility in which a physician delivers services. So there are 6 sections. One is evaluation and management, which is like office visits and consultation reports, hospitals, those kind of things. And we'll talk about that. The second is anesthesia. Third section is surgery. Another section is radiology. Laboratory and pathology are lumped together, and then there's a medicine section. So there are 6 sections, and that's what we're going to focus on this session. Again, with the ICD-10 CM, we start with the table of contents, which will give you an idea of where the pages are for the different sections, and you can see that. It also has an alphabetic index, but instead of being in the front of the coding manual like the CM, it is in the very back. Okay, so very similar format to ICD-10 CM process. You want to look up in your alphabetic index and then take that code or code range into your tabular list, which provides you the code description. Okay, now let's say we do maxilla fracture. Okay, so we look up in the alphabetic index fracture, okay, maxilla, and closed treatment. Let's say it's closed, and it has a code of 21421. Now what I do is I put something in I have my coding manual right here. I put something on that page so I remember, because I got short-term memory loss. I don't always remember. So let's see, maxilla 21421. Okay, 21421. And the tabular list is organized by number. So it goes from, it's all 5 digits. So it goes all the way to 99999. 214. I always forget, so I gotta go back. 21421. 21421. Okay, closed treatment of palatal or maxillary fracture with interdental wire fixation or fixation of denture or splint. So it's right here. Right here. That's the fracture. Okay. So remember, CPT codes are used for the procedures only. They are not diagnosis. So diagnosis explains why the patient needs medical treatment. The procedure says what was done. So we got to make sure the details in the code description match the documentation on the operative report. Yeah, so that's what our goal is. So this book has a lot of other features. See, it gives like photos and illustrations of, different areas to help the coder understand the areas that are that they're coding for. Additional features of this book, if you open the front cover, you'll notice there are several different codes here. One is symbols, and you should look at these symbols whenever you look up the code descriptions because it'll provide more instructions. A second thing it does is it has a list of it has a list of coding modifiers that are only used for CPT. Now, these modifiers, like for example, RT is for right, LT is for left, because the code won't designate that. A couple of these modifiers are if there's a surgical team, if there's 2 surgeons used, if there was preventive service, bilateral procedure is 50, multiple procedures is 51. So to explain the code more, it has those there. It has anesthesia physical status modifiers, which we're going to talk about when we discuss anesthesia. So that's a quick introduction to the CPT coding manual. I hope you enjoyed it, and go ahead and post a summary of this video in your graded discussion for an additional coding or an additional discussion threaded post credit. Have a great day.